Have you ever poured yourself a nice cold drink only to look down and see a bunch of cloudy white ice cubes floating around? Then you go to a fancy restaurant or a cool cocktail bar, and their ice cubes are perfectly clear, like little glass crystals. What's the deal? Is your freezer broken? Is your water bad? Nope, it's all about the science of freezing. Let's break it down. When you make ice at home, you probably just fill up an ice tray with tap water and stick it in the freezer. As that water freezes, it starts to freeze from the outside in. All the air bubbles and tiny impurities dissolved in the water, like minerals, get pushed towards the center. Eventually, they get trapped right in the middle of the cube, making it look cloudy and white. Think of it like a traffic jam. As the ice crystals form on the outside, they block the escape route for all the air and minerals, so they all get stuck in one place. This also creates stress within the ice, which is why homemade ice cubes tend to crack and splinter so easily when you pour a drink over them. They're not as strong as their clear counterparts. So how do factories make those beautiful, crystal clear ice cubes? They use a clever trick called directional freezing. Instead of freezing the water from all sides at once, they freeze it in layers, usually from the bottom up or the top down. Imagine a machine that has a super cold metal plate. Water flows over this plate and a thin layer of ice starts to form. As the water continues to flow, it freezes layer by layer. This process gives the air bubbles and impurities plenty of time to escape. They're constantly being pushed away by the freezing front, so they never get trapped inside the ice. The result? Perfectly transparent ice that's not only prettier but also denser and melts much more slowly. This is why your drink at a bar stays cold for longer without getting all watered down. Now, you might be thinking, that's cool, but can I make clear ice at home without buying a $1,000 machine? And the answer is yes, you absolutely can. It just takes a little bit of patience and a small cooler. This method is called the cooler method, and it mimics directional freezing. Here's what you do. First, get a small, hard-sided picnic cooler, one that can fit inside your freezer. Don't use the lid. Fill the cooler with water, preferably filtered or boiled water to remove some of the initial impurities and dissolved air, though tap water works too. Then, carefully place the entire cooler inside your freezer. Because the cooler is insulated on the sides and bottom, the water will start to freeze from the top down, just like a frozen lake in winter. The cold air in the freezer only hits the top surface of the water. As the ice forms on top, it pushes all the air bubbles and impurities downwards. After about 18 to 24 hours, take the cooler out of the freezer. You'll see a big block of ice inside. The top part of the block will be crystal clear, and the bottom part will be cloudy. That cloudy part is where all the trapped air and impurities ended up. Now, carefully turn the cooler upside down over a sink or a baking sheet to let the ice block slide out. It might take a few minutes to release. Once the block is out, you'll have this beautiful slab of clear ice. You can let it temper on the counter for a few minutes to prevent it from cracking, and then use a serrated knife and a mallet to carefully score and break it into smaller, perfectly clear cubes. Just be careful when you do this. It's a bit of work, but the results are totally worth it, especially if you enjoy making nice cocktails or just want your iced coffee to look extra special. So why does clear ice matter so much anyway? It's not just about looks. As I mentioned, clear ice is denser. Because it doesn't have all those tiny air pockets, it has more frozen water packed into the same amount of space. This means it melts much, much slower than cloudy ice. A single large, clear ice cube can keep your drink perfectly chilled for a long time without diluting it and ruining the flavor. This is the secret weapon of mixologists. When you spend good money on a quality whiskey or mix a complex cocktail, the last thing you want is for it to become a watery mess in 5 minutes. Clear ice preserves the integrity and taste of your drink from the first sip to the last. Cloudy ice, on the other hand, melts quickly. The trapped air creates weak points, and the larger surface area from all the tiny fractures means it absorbs heat faster. So, while it cools your drink down initially, it also waters it down very quickly. To recap the whole thing, the cloudiness in your homemade ice is just trapped air and mineral impurities. Factories and bars use directional freezing to push those things out, creating solid, clear ice. And you can replicate this at home with a simple cooler and a bit of freezer space. It's a fun little science experiment that will seriously upgrade your drink game. You'll be impressing all your friends with your professional-looking beverages. So, the next time you see a cloudy ice cube, you'll know exactly what's going on inside. It's not magic, it's just physics. Give the cooler method a try and see the difference for yourself. You might never go back to regular ice trays again. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this little dive into the world of ice as cool as I did. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel for more fun science explainers. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try making clear ice at home. See you in the next one.